Beloved, heaven has orchestrated this moment. It is not coincidence that you are reading these words right now. This is a divine message, written with intention, filled with truth, and anointed by the Spirit of the living God. As your eyes move over these lines, your heart will begin to recognize the echo of a voice you've longed to hear, the voice of love, the voice of healing, the voice of God. Archangel Michael speaks to you now, not with thunder or flames, but with a whisper that slices through confusion and chaos. He has stood guard over your life since your first breath. Through every storm, every heartbreak, every unanswered question, he has remained vigilant. His sword has intercepted attacks you never knew were coming. His wings have covered you in battles that never reached your door. You have wondered why you feel weary, why your heart aches with questions no one else can seem to answer. And heaven responds, because you were built for more. You, dear soul, are not ordinary. You carry light in a world that prefers the dark. You have felt misunderstood, misaligned, misplaced, but the truth is, you are perfectly positioned. Where the world sees limitation, heaven sees preparation. Where others see delay, God sees design. And even when your hands feel empty, they are being shaped to receive more than you imagined. The Lord Jesus, your Redeemer and friend, is near to the brokenhearted. He does not turn his face from your pain. He does not ignore your silent cries in the night. You may feel forgotten by people, but you are known deeply by him. He calls you by name, not by your mistake, not by your past, not by the labels the world slapped onto you, but by your destiny. This is not just a motivational moment. This is a holy encounter. You are standing on sacred ground. Heaven has drawn near to remind you your pain has a purpose. Your battle has a finish line. Your story has a redemption chapter, and you have not missed your moment. Archangel Michael whispers, you are not late. You are right on time. Some of you are in a place of deep waiting. You've been waiting for love, for healing, for breakthrough. The silence has been loud. The delay has been discouraging. But do not mistake silence for absence. God has been working in the unseen. He has been arranging connections, mending what was broken in the background, preparing the way before you. You asked for clarity, and clarity is coming. You asked for healing, and healing is being stirred from within. You asked for companionship, and heaven is aligning someone who matches your destiny, not just your desires. Loneliness may have visited you, but it will not remain. That ache in your soul has not been ignored. Jesus, the shepherd of your heart, is leading you beside still waters. He is restoring your soul. He is placing divine relationships in your path, relationships that feel like home, not performance. Do not chase people who were never assigned to your journey. Do not mourn closed doors that were actually heaven's protection. What is meant for you will not need to be forced. It will flow, it will align, it will bring peace, not confusion. The one who truly sees you will not have to be convinced to love you. They will simply recognize you, the way heaven always has. If you feel broken, this message is for you. Brokenness is not the end. It is the beginning of new construction. When things fall apart, it is often because better things are falling together. Let yourself feel, let yourself heal. You do not need to have it all figured out today. You only need to trust that the God who formed you is faithful to finish what he began in you. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not alone. You are accompanied by angels. The Spirit of God is hovering over your chaos. Jesus reaches out with pierced hands not to condemn but to comfort. He knows betrayal, rejection, heartbreak. He knows what it feels like to be surrounded and still lonely. That same Jesus sits with you now, not in judgment, but in understanding. He says, "My child, I am with you in this. I have not turned away from your mess. I am entering it to bring healing from within. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to war for you. Every prayer you've whispered, every dream you nearly let die, every ounce of strength you've poured into others, it has not gone unnoticed. Your reward is being written in heaven, and its delivery is near. The spiritual attacks you've endured are evidence that your life is dangerous to darkness. You are a threat to hell because your obedience is a weapon. There is power in your resilience. There is glory in your comeback. There is strength in your stillness. The Lord says, "You thought I was delaying you, but I was developing you. You thought I was punishing you, but I was preparing you. You thought I was distant, but I was closer than your next breath. Your season is shifting. What once felt like wilderness is about to turn into wonder. Your midnight is giving way to morning. The joy you've waited for is rising like the sun. This is your moment to believe again, not just in yourself, but in the one who holds your future. If you're reading this with tears in your eyes, know that heaven counts every one, not as weakness, but as worship. You have cried in faith, and heaven always answers faith. You have stood when you had every reason to collapse, and for that, God says, "Well done. I am proud of you." And now the Spirit moves even deeper. Beloved, you are not just surviving, you are being shaped. This pressure, this silence, this prolonged waiting, it is not a punishment, but a purification. There are layers of gold within your soul that could only be unearthed through this wilderness. There are levels of compassion, patience, and spiritual maturity that have been developed in the shadows, where no applause echoed and no spotlight shined. And now heaven says, you are readying for relief. The loneliness you feel is not your end, it is your preparation. Solitude has been your sanctuary. In the quiet, you've heard me clearer. In the silence, I have spoken secrets meant only for your ears. When others laughed and moved on, you stayed. You stayed in the presence. You stayed in the pressing. And now I say to you, your loyalty to me in the drought is unlocking overflow in the rain. Archangel Michael stands with his sword drawn, not in rage, but in radiant readiness. For the call on your life is too valuable to leave unguarded. There have been traps set, distractions disguised as opportunities, counterfeits dressed in the clothes of calling. But Michael has stood between you and them, unseen but not inactive. He has intercepted whispers meant to derail you. He has shattered weapons formed against your mind, your relationships, your body, and your destiny. You didn't even know what didn't happen, because his intervention made sure it never reached. There are people in your life who suddenly grew distant. You may have cried about their leaving, not knowing it was heaven's doing. Some exits are divine mercy. Some rejections were heaven's redirection. Not everyone who walked with you was meant to run with you. And the heartbreak you felt when they turned away was not abandonment, it was alignment. Lord Jesus wants you to stop rehearsing your failures and start rehearsing His faithfulness. When you said, "I'll never be enough," He whispered, "You are more than enough through me." When you feared you were too broken, He pointed to His own scars and said, "I make broken things beautiful." You are not disqualified. You are being requalified in the eyes of the one who holds eternity in His hand. Let me tell you what you've felt lately. The spiritual tremors, the moments of sudden emotion, the dreams that felt more like messages, the sense that something is shifting in the atmosphere. It's all real. You are stepping into alignment. You are stepping into restoration. You are stepping into the moment for which you were created. You may have walked through betrayal, but I am the God who restores double for every wound. You may have lived in lack, but I am preparing provision that doesn't match your bank account but your obedience. You may have felt unworthy of love, but I have been preparing a love so true, so whole, that it mirrors the covenant I have with my church. Hear this, child. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are not disqualified by your past. You are made new. You are being positioned for a resurrection of purpose. Just as Jesus rose on the third day, your season of rising is here. You've looked around and said, "Everyone is moving on except me." But I tell you now, I was not preparing you for where they were going. I was preparing you for where I am taking you. You will walk into rooms that others were never meant to see. You will carry assignments that only you could steward. You are not behind, you are chosen for a higher path. There is someone watching your life from a distance, waiting to see if you'll break. But they will witness your rise, not because you're proving them wrong, but because I am proving my faithfulness through you. You will walk in such peace, such clarity, that your very presence will become a testimony. The fire that was meant to destroy you will be the fire that announces you. I see you've asked, God, what if I miss it? What if I make the wrong decision? My child, when your heart is surrendered, I will not let you miss my will. Even your detours will become divine. Even your mistakes will become messages. Even your pain will carry prophecy. Let this be your affirmation today. I am not forgotten. I am being forged. I am not lost. I am being led. I am not delayed. I am being developed. I am not unworthy. I am being crowned with mercy. Yes, the road has been long, but the glory on the other side will make sense of every thorn, every delay, every wilderness. The joy that's coming cannot be stolen. The peace that's coming cannot be shaken. The healing that's coming will touch even the parts of you that you thought were permanently damaged. You will dance again, not just in your body, but in your spirit. You will breathe deeply without sorrow choking your lungs. You will laugh again, with joy that bubbles up from places you forgot existed. You will love again, with trust that doesn't tremble. Jesus says to you, I never left your side. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was holding your hand. Even when your prayers were wordless, your tears spoke volumes to my heart. I am not a God who watches from afar. I am the God who kneels beside you and weeps with you. Do not let the fear of another disappointment shut the door on your next miracle. I am not like man. I do not fail. I do not forget. I do not forsake. I finish what I start. And what I began in you, I will complete in glory. As this message settles in your heart, Archangel Michael takes flight with new instructions. He is making a way for the very promises that have tarried. He is touching the hearts of people you haven't met yet. Divine connections that will soon enter your life. He is confronting forces that have opposed your progress. You are not walking alone. You are moving under divine escort. Even the things you thought were dead, dreams you buried, hopes you gave up, prayers you stopped praying, they are being resurrected. The stone is rolling away. What was locked is opening. What was stuck is shifting. The tomb you stood outside of weeping is now empty. You will soon say, that was the moment it all changed. This message, this very word, will echo as a divine announcement in the timeline of your life. Not because the words are powerful, but because the God who spoke them is faithful. So now, take a deep breath, child of heaven. Lift your head, square your shoulders. Look not at what has fallen, but at what is rising. You are the evidence of grace. You are the vessel of glory. You are the testimony being written. Beloved, heaven does not measure your worth by your performance, by your accomplishments, or by how perfectly you followed the rules. Heaven sees your worth in who you are, crafted in my image, breathed into existence by love, carried through fire with divine protection. There is a sacred beauty upon your life that even you cannot see fully yet, but I see it. I always have. There were seasons you thought were wasted, Times when all you could do was survive the day. Times you sat in the quiet asking God, is this all there is? But I was there. I was in the silence, working in the unseen. Those were not wasted years. They were hidden years, preparation years, sacred years where your roots grew deep even while your branches remained unseen. And now I say to you, those hidden roots are about to bear fruit in public places. You've looked at others and wondered why their stories seemed easier, why their timelines aligned, while yours felt paused. But you are not delayed. You are reserved, set apart, because your calling is not common and your path is not ordinary. I needed to refine you in secret so I could release you in power. What is coming for you will require the strength you gained in solitude, the wisdom you gathered in weeping, and the discernment I trained in your desert seasons. Beloved, I never asked you to be strong all the time. I asked you to be real with me. Your brokenness never repelled me. It invited me in. And in every shattered place, I was placing gold. The cracks in your soul are not shameful. They are where my light gets in. You've been taught to hide your pain, to pretend you're fine, to smile through the struggle. But I am not drawn to perfection. I am drawn to authenticity. And your most honest cries were the sweetest songs in my ears. Let go of what you thought your life would be. Let go of the timelines and the checklists. I'm not building your story based on comparison. I'm building it based on my promises over your life are not fragile. They are sealed in the heavens. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment is being transformed. Nothing is wasted. Not one tear, not one moment, not one failure. I use it all. Even now, angels are stationed around you. Archangel Michael has not left his post. He is clearing spiritual debris, breaking off the weight that was never yours to carry, and preparing the way for divine appointments. He doesn't just guard your present, he guards your future. And every step you take in obedience sends tremors through the realm of darkness. Because you carry light, you carry legacy, you carry heaven. Some of you have been betrayed. Some of you are still bleeding silently from wounds that no one sees. But I see. I know what they said. I know how they left. I know what you gave and how little you received. And still, you didn't let bitterness take root. You stayed tender. You kept believing. That, beloved, is why heaven moves for you. Not perfect, but because your heart stayed soft. And now I am bringing recompense. Yes, restoration, but more than that, recompense. I will return what was lost with interest. I will heal not just the wound, but the memory. I will not just restore what was stolen. I will redeem the time it cost. What you thought would break you is about to bless you. What the enemy meant for harm is now being turned for good. This next season is not about striving, it's about surrender. You don't have to earn what I've already given. You just need to step into it. Let go of the hustle, the pressure to prove yourself, the fear of missing out. You have not missed anything. You have not failed. You are not too old. It is not too late. I'm not limited by human timing. I operate in Kairos, divine timing, and you are right on schedule. Many of you are weary. You've waited a long time. Hope has started to feel heavy. But I say to you, child, hope is not empty. It is anchored in my word, and my word will not return void. Even when it tarries, wait for it will surely come. The dreams you buried, the prayers you whispered, the desires you hid in your journal, I have not forgotten them. I am the God who remembers. Even when you doubted me, I never stopped believing in you. Even when you walked away, I kept watching. Even when you felt unworthy, I kept calling you worthy. My love for you is not based on your best day or your worst moment. It is based on the eternal truth that you are mine. No shame can erase that. No mistake can revoke that. No enemy can override that. So arise, child. Shake off the dust of discouragement. Stand up from the ashes of disappointment. This is not your grave, it is your garden. What died in one season is fertilizing the breakthrough in this one. You will bloom again. You will laugh again. You will dance in places where you once cried. I am sending divine connections, people who won't just tolerate you, but celebrate you, people who see your soul and still step out the gold in you, even when all you see is dirt. You will be loved without needing to shrink. You will be valued without needing to perform. You will be cherished without needing to chase. And to the one reading this who feels like they've messed up too badly, hear me, nothing disqualifies you from my love. Nothing you've done is beyond my mercy. I do not consult your past to determine your future. I use even the broken pieces to create beauty. My grace is scandalous like that. It reaches into the lowest places and lifts up what was left for dead. The pain you endured wasn't proof that I abandoned you. It was proof that you were worthy of the fight. You were born with destiny in your bones, and hell has been trying to silence you ever since. But it won't win. You're still here, still breathing, still chosen. Archangel Michael whispers now, heaven is moving. Keep your eyes open. The shift is here, and Jesus, the lover of your soul, extends his hands again, not with condemnation, but with compassion. He knows every story, every scar, every silent scream, and he says, come to me. Let me hold what's too heavy. Let me be the joy in your sorrow, the hope in your tomorrow, the healing in your history. So rest, beloved, not because everything is fixed, but because everything is held. Rest because you are carried. Rest because the one who called you is faithful to complete it. Rest because Archangel Michael guards your tomorrow, and Jesus has redeemed your yesterday. This is not the end. This is the turning point. And what comes next will not just restore your faith, it will leave you in awe.